Hello and welcome back to another episode of Roblox British Railway. My name is Wizzy, you can also call me Wizzy, and today we're once again driving some more trains on Roblox. Now in the last episode we were having some technical problems with my computer, performance-wise, so I have that fixed. I know I've mentioned that in some other videos. So like I said, that's all fixed. No problems there, so we shouldn't have any issues playing this time. Now, last episode, because we were having issues, it was a shorter video. We did this 745 airport set, this train, 12 unit train, Millbridge Sidings to Millbridge and then Millbridge to Avonhill. This episode, we haven't been to Cuffley for a while, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to see what we can do from there. But we're going to drive the Class 350, we're going to drive the Pennines, and the Greylink. So we're going to do a 2-unit train this time, to make it a total of 8 cars. And one thing that's interesting, because I was going through here, trying to figure out what I wanted to do for this video, and the Greylink livery, this is kind of strange. The Greylink livery, no matter what you do, whether it's by itself or pair it with one of these other liveries or 2 of these other liveries or whatever, but as long as if you have a Greylink train with it, it is a regional or semi-fast only train. I mean, you can do the empty still, but you cannot do inner cities, even though it shows inner city up here, and even though Leeton Midland is also same 350/1, this one you can do inner city with, even if you're linked up with other ones. But if you're linked up with the Greylink, you cannot do inner city at all. It's only regional and semi-fast, which I thought was kind of interesting. But I don't really care, so we haven't done a regional route in a while, so that's actually what we're going to be doing. We're going to do regional from Woodham Siding to Cuffley. Actually going to do a longer route to start. So I already have this down on my sheet here. So yeah, we need to raise the pantograph. Now I was looking for some other routes I could do. Possibly. Make sure I'm not cutting anybody off. Looks like we're all set to go. But in a way, there's really most of the trains, it seems like. Either we've already done one of those trains at least once, or most of the trains are, well, I wouldn't say most of them, but are electric only. So, which means we're limited to certain areas of the map, because certain areas are only available if you don't have electric. So I think next episode what we're going to do, because at this point, well, there's 3 train kind of that we haven't really had a glimpse of. I'll just say that, I guess. Even though they are different classes, they are still the same base train. Like, for example, the 220 and 221 are still practically the same train. So I want to make sure we have a look at all of the other trains, kind of like what we've done with Stepford County Railway. I want to make sure we get a look at all of the trains before doing any sort of repeat trains. So with that being said, pretty much, actually, I'm kind of opposite of what I was saying. The remaining trains that we have yet to do are actually diesel, so forget what I said. But this works. We can do some other non-electric line areas next time, or next few episodes. Now, of course, because we don't have an electric train doesn't mean we can do electric-only areas either. It's just we're able to do some of these other areas that we wouldn't be able to do otherwise. And hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to let this guy go first. Oh, they're not even ready to leave yet. You know what, that's fine. We will be a little delayed, but that's fine. That way we're at least not holding this guy up. Although I think if we did go, okay, they are going now. But yeah, anyways, that way we're not holding them up. There's no one else behind us that are going to be waiting for us. So I'd rather let them go now, even though technically we were all set to go before them, but still. Probably by the time I got up there, you would have been able to go anyways, but whatever. I don't think I can change the headlight modes on this train like I can the 800. I know a couple of the other trains that we will be able to do, or we will be doing coming up, or you're able to do that. So, and of course we still have the actual coach trains too, in locomotives that we need to do. Can't leave those out.
We will shortly be arriving at St. James Park. Alight here for Foot Park.
So used to Stepford County Railway to pressing C twice, because if you press C once and you start moving, the camera will start going like this. Whereas if you press C a second time, it'll lock the camera like this when you're moving. whereas I don't have to worry about this for this game. And of course, in Stepford County, when you press it the third time, you go into the interior view. And of course, with this one, if I press V, you change different between the different cameras. Like inside, you go, like I said, from this cab to the back cab, or if you're outside, you cycle between the different cars. And this is what the other car looks like, or the other train rather. The other unit, I should say. Oh yeah, that's that guy that we let go, so yeah.
We will shortly be arriving at Preston
So some
Junction.
of the rendering is still
Trains to Norrington. Change here for tram and
not
bus
working all
services
that great.
to other destinations. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
But I'm not lagging like I was. Yeah, really, we're not too late. A minute and a half late, I guess. We were 2.25 minutes late in the last one. It's expecting by the time we get to Walsend that we'll be on time, so... Oh no, it's showing half a minute late for Walsend.
Service to Cuffley, calling
Once we terminate, we'll get back on time.
Hume Heath, Stirling Street,
Terminate and turn around.
Wallsend, Ashby in Kirkside, and Cuffley. The next station is Forestdale. We will shortly be arriving at Forestdale.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be coming out with a new train or a new locomotive this weekend. I don't know if that's the only update that's going to be happening this weekend, or if they're going to have some new stuff with it. But we'll find out. It was funny, I was looking at this and I saw this change from half a minute to 3/4 minute late.
Astley.
And 7-0. While we are heading to the next station, I'm actually going to be opening something up on my computer. You guys won't know. You won't be able to see it. But it's something I downloaded since the last time
Be arriving at Astley. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
for me to see my computer's performance. Okay, I gotta minimize this for a second. I don't know. Yeah, it does go black for you. So bring that back up. I was trying to not need or have to minimize, but I guess I kind of had to.
Welcome on board this regional service to Cuffley. The next station is Hume Heath.
That way I can take or watch my temperatures. Because I believe what was going on was my CPU was overheating. Last time I was recording British Railway here, and that's because I was looking up or looking at old or plugging in old hard drives in my computer to look at them, and when I after about a week or so, I opened my case up and I saw that there was a wire for the CPU fan that was basically right in front of one of the fan blades. Like, it wasn't intertwined or anything, it was just in front of it. And I think it probably has a protection or something that if anything gets in the way of the fan just enough, like, the fan won't work. So I'm thinking the fan wasn't working at all, and so my computer was overheating. But I moved that out of the way, and since then I haven't had any issues, so that has to have been what was going on. And I think what's going on with this, and I'm gonna check when we get stopped. Probably didn't really need to slow down that much, but I did have yellows. I think it's just the yellow. There's always yellows coming into there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do this. Settings, because I have the graphics mode set to automatic. We're gonna change it to manual, and I should be able to handle full. So we're gonna try that. And already that looks a lot better.
Regional service to Cuffley. The next station is Sterling Street.
But yeah, one thing I've noticed, because I did a test with the, it's Tech Power Up GPU Z that I have to see the voltages and temperatures and stuff like that. And it's funny because when I go into the exterior view, the voltages spike up. Which is really weird. Like the GPU clock goes up and everything. And the perf cap reason goes from idle to none, which is interesting. Power consumption goes up a bit. Like I said, GPU voltage goes up. Temperature, though, doesn't change. I'm gonna get spat, aren't I? Yep. I'm not going to be able to move until they clear this next signal, so, which is after the station. See, here I do understand why they don't have a, well, yeah, I do kind of understand why they don't have a signal just before the platform here, because of the switch coming in. I know I've talked about that before. And of course, this guy never even mentioned anything about spatting me.
We will shortly be arriving at Sterling.
Yeah, I think it's just the visual thing that was going on because of me having it to automatic. So, even on the full right now, I mean, I'm still... The performance is, like, I'm not lagging, like, maybe a couple hitches here and there, but nothing like what we were experiencing last week. Yeah, and I closed that window. Don't really need to look at it now, so everything is fine. And I actually had the graphics quality on high before, so I know this can handle it, even though it's ancient, but...
Welcome on board this regional service to
So yeah, we are definitely going to be late getting into Cuffley, and at this point we will be late leaving Cuffley as well. Oh well. Yeah, and that guy was only going to Norrington too, wasn't he? Well, he doesn't depart until 21:51. It's 21:48 right now, so...
we will shortly be arriving at.
Although in a way it would be kind of nice to spad him too, but... Yeah, this is referring to this sign here. I don't always trust this, so that's why I kind of slow down, even before we get to the point on here, because I know that it's not always accurate. I could just turn that off, but it is still helpful. Yeah, they're probably going to leave before they do. They're set to leave at the same time, but... Actually, this guy's not going to get the green even when this guy pulls in, because they need to stop here and both platforms will be taken, so I will get the green. So I will not get cut off by them. So, yay. Oh, and they just despawn anyways. And off we go.
Welcome on board this regional service to Cuffley, calling at Wallsend, Ashby in Kirk.
So no, I still do not have the route lists on my spreadsheet here. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but... So yeah, the day that this will be going up, I will be, well actually, just about the time that this goes up, or at least at this point in the video, if you watch it as soon as it goes up, at this point I will be at a church in Bangor here. I'm not religious or anything, but this particular church has a pipe organ, and it's the largest, I believe they said it's the largest and oldest pipe organ in the state of Maine. So I'm going to be going there to that, because every Thursday they are going to be doing they have a concert series going on. So yeah, every Thursday night they have a pipe organ concert, which I think it said is like an hour long, which is fine. But I've never heard a pipe organ in person, and it's my all-time favorite instrument, and I've been wanting to hear one in person for a while now, and now I finally get the chance to go hear it in person. So I'm going to be doing that on Thursday. Like I said, basically, if you watch this as this goes live, then I'll be there right now listening to it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then Friday, tomorrow, as of this video going up, I will be more than likely going to the movies to see The Bad Guys 2. Really looking forward to that movie. I keep doing that.
Welcome on board this regional service to.
Yeah, so with them, that pushed us back a minute and a quarter from what we were on track. Now we've caught up a little bit. We've caught up a half a minute. I mean, regardless, we're going to be late for the rest of this route, which is, like I said, fine.
We will shortly be arriving at Ashby in Kirkside. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
Now, of course, I don't have the second route selected because I don't know what the routes from each station are right now. So I'd have to go... That's why I haven't really done the routes list, because you can't really tell what routes are available from each station or terminating station. And not only that, but it varies from train to train, I believe. So, service to service. So we actually gained 3/4 of a minute on that stop.
This regional service to Cuffley. The next station is Cuffley, where this train terminates. Please ensure you take all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train.
I'm just watching the map because I believe once we pass this signal will go green. Yeah. That's why some of those signals are always yellow, because I think that if you have a protection system like that implemented in the game. So, because it was red, and it didn't change green until we passed that signal was always going to be yellow. Unless well, not always yellow. If there's a train in this segment here, block segment, then that one would be red. But basically, that other signal, or that previous signal, only has two states pretty much, yellow and red.
We will shortly be arriving at Cuffley, where this train terminates. Please ensure you take all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train. Please mind the gap between the train.
Now, if there was a manual, or if there was a signaler, then maybe they'd be able to make it green. I don't know, but... See, I would almost put this signal coming into here yellow instead of green. Since this is a terminating station, you can't go past the platforms here. So once we get stopped and terminated, we will see what routes we have available to us. Perfect stop. Okay, so from here we only have two options. We have Avonhill or Belmond Green. And right now we're sitting at 37 minutes in the video. So our best option would be to go to Belmond Green as the Semifast service. So that's what we're going to do. Cuffley to Belmond Green Semifast, or semi-fast. However you want to say it. Not gonna get spatted coming out, that's why I was checking the map for.
The next station is Wallsend.
Doing a little bit of spreadsheet formatting while we are pulling out. That's all the clicking that you're hearing. So obviously, since this is semi-fast, we're not stopping at all the stations we had stopped at previously, such as Ashby and Kirkside. This station we're passing, but we will be stopping at Wallsend. So I need to make sure I'm focusing and paying attention to the stations that we do need to stop at. And skip the stations that we do need to skip. Speed limit goes up to 90, but I'm not gonna go up to that. I'm gonna stay right at 75 here because we'll be slowing down here in 3/4 of a mile. So, well, stopping in 3/4 of a mile. Well, actually, no. Pulling into the station at 3/4 of a mile. There we go. So the first one was kind of right, slowing down, but want to slow down before then, anyways.
We will shortly be arriving at Wall's End. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
So yeah, looking at my episode list here, the last time we did a semi-fast route was in episode 4. And last time we did a regional route was episode 3. And this is episode 8. So it's been a bit since we've done either of these types of services. Last episode we did empty in inner city. We hadn't done empty since episode 3. There was only the second episode that we did inner city. Episode 6 we did inner city strictly. Episode 5 we strictly did shuttle. And in fact, episode 5, that's the only episode that we've done shuttle so far. So, and I think we did most of those routes in a way for the shuttle. I'd have to go through and look. I guess that when I do my routes list, I'll have to see. But
Welcome on board this regional service to Belmond Green. The next station is Norrington.
But more than likely I won't have the routes lists ready for next episode, so I'm not even going to say that I'm going to have it ready. Because more than likely I'm not going to have it ready at, I don't know, even when I'm going to, or if I'm going to have it ready at all. So, I'll get to it at some point. See if I get past this signal before these, this guy. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna get to it before them.
We will shortly be arriving at Norrington. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
Even though they still have a green, which is interesting. Maybe it's gonna actually route them onto that track. That's why I wasn't slowing down, because I didn't want to get spatted by them. I almost have a feeling if I hadn't done this, it probably would have thrown the red to me. So it probably would have routed them to this platform instead. Yeah, so we're actually on time now. We were late passing Ashby and Kirkside. We departed on time at Cuffley. So yeah, we're actually on time for this schedule. Or if I want to sound British, schedule.
Welcome on board this regional
Okay,
service
so our next stop is Home Heath.
Hume Heath,
Hume Heath.
St James Park, Leeton, and Belmond Woodham. The next station is Hume Heath.
It's getting a little warm down here. Yeah, it's showing for temperature outside right now. It is currently 89, feels like 90, and the high for today is 90. Tomorrow's supposed to be about the same. But then after that, it's going to go down into the lower 80s. And then into the mid 70s for a couple days before getting back up in towards the 80s. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do.
Shortly be arriving at Hume Heath. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
Okay, now off we go. So our next stop is Freston Junction. So we pass the next two stations.
Welcome on board this this regional service to Belmond Green. The next station is Preston Junction.
And then it's basically 3 stations in a row we stop at, then we pass 2, and then we terminate. Make sure I have my spreadsheet saved. Nothing else I need to do with it. Don't really need it at full throttle, especially since we're at max speed now. I think if I bring it down to 2, we start slowing down. Let me see. Oh, we're still holding at 100 on 2, so it will just hold it at 2. Since there's really no sense to having it on full the entire time. Not like it really makes much of a difference, but more energy efficient if it's real life like this way, I guess. If it was diesel, then it would be more fuel efficiency. So yeah, once again, I know I say this, I think, literally every episode, but once again, I do apologize for the lack of commentary. I just, once again, don't really have a whole lot to talk about. We're all clear into Preston Junction, it looks like.
We will shortly be arriving at Preston Junction. Change here for trains to Norrington. Change here for tram and bus services to other destinations. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
Just pull to the end of the platform on this one. I keep doing that. I said, I'm just so used to doing C twice on Stepford County. The 350, they get the Leeton Midland and then the Pennines. I swear sometimes I press T, but I don't know, and it doesn't close the doors. Because I was waiting, I'm like, why am I not going? It's like, oh, the doors are still open. I swear, like I said, I swear I pressed T to close. I don't know.
Welcome on board this regional service to Belmond Green, calling at St. James Park, Leeton, and Belmond Green. The next station is St. James Park.
So yeah, we are going to be well over an hour for this video. That's fine. I guess it makes up for the last British Railway video that we had a couple weeks ago. Although there are some routes that we'll do that are going to be quite a bit longer than this, so we'll basically have an entire, probably hour and a half video at least, just with one route.
Alight here for Field Park.
And I do want to just let you guys know if you do end up hearing any background noise, I apologize. You may or may not hear anything, so I don't know. We'll see. May have to mute the microphone if I need to, so just so you guys know. Okay, so coming into Leeton, we might be all set. I don't know yet. We'll see what it looks like when we get closer. I'm gonna just be prepared. Of course, once we get through Leeton, we'll be fine. It's just getting in and out of Leeton, that's the problem. See, I think it did it again, although I did press T a second time, but
Welcome on board this regional service to Belmond Green. The next station is...
Now this is probably where we're gonna end up getting delayed a little bit. Nobody behind me, especially inner city, so...
We will shortly be arriving at Leeton. Change here for trains to Ashton.
Okay, we're good coming into Leeton, so...
And Victoria Docks.
Got a bit of a backup the other way. Coming into Leeton from the other way, rather.
We are sorry about that. Service to Cuffley. We apologize for the disruption to your journey today. The train now standing at platform 4 is there. Service to Belmond Green, calling at 430 Woodham and Belmond Green. This train is formed of 4 coaches.
Okay, so they're going to Belmond Green. But they don't leave until... Oh no, they're... okay. And this guy's just sitting here. Okay, so that guy's ghosted.
The train now approaching platform 4 is there. Regional. Service to Belmond Green, calling at Woodham and Belmond Green. This train is formed of 6 coaches.
Well, unfortunately, that guy's going to be stopping in front of
now
us
approaching
at
platform
these
4 is there.
stations.
Regional. Service to Belmond Green, calling at Woodham and Belmond Green. This train is formed of 6 coaches. We are sorry that the regional service to Belmond Green has been
That guy's going to Victoria Dock, so he's going to be going that way.
unavailable. We apologize for the disruption to your journey today.
So we shouldn't get spat at all pulling out. And even with this guy coming in, well, he's got a red right now.
Welcome on board this regional service to Belmond Green, calling at
Although he
Belmond
could
Green.
get spatted coming up, I don't know.
The next station is Belmond Green, where this train terminates. Please ensure you take all your personal
Okay, now we're good.
when leaving the train.
Oh shoot, that was... I wasn't expecting the signal to be this close to the junction. That was on me. This section gets so filled up, especially between Leeton and Belmond Green. Especially with these newer players with the 142s. Which is part of the reason why so many people hate these trains, because they are the free trains. And most people who start or are new don't really know how to play properly. So, kind of like the same issues we have with Stepper County Railway. But unfortunately, going to get that no matter what. So, and that's part of the reason why we haven't done the 142 yet. So, more than likely what I'm going to do is when I do a 142, I'm gonna do a much smaller server. Maybe even a private server. Just so I don't have to worry about that. And this guy despawned. He decided he didn't want to play anymore. It's like that would have been nice a bit sooner in a way, if you weren't going to finish the route. But at least we're good all the way, or at least we should be good. Pretty much, well, not exactly all the way into Belmond Green. Actually, I think we are good now, all the way in. See, I thought there... Oh, maybe that is that signal. Because I was going to say, I thought there was another signal, yeah. After that one. Oh, it might be right there, actually.
We will shortly be arriving at Belmond Green, where this train terminates. Please ensure you take all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train. Change here for trains to Avonhill.
Move forward just a little bit more. At least with this game I can creep at 1 mile an hour to the buffer. And at least with this game I can hit the buffer without being despawned, so... Okay, so return to menu. Explore A. Map A. Actually, there's no E at the end, so... I'm just joking anyways. But yeah, anyways, so... Actually, I don't know if I've done an outro here. I almost feel like I have. But then again, I don't know. No, I don't think I have. I think this is the first time we've done the outro here. So yeah. Belmond Green, everybody. But anyways... I don't know. I'm just... This outro is just falling apart. Next video, or next Thursday rather, will be another Stepford County Railway. The following week will be another British Railway. And next Monday is going to be some more Minecraft Monday with some more Ocean Block 2. But yeah, anyways, can't really think of anything else I need to add, so that is just about going to do it for this video though, so hopefully you've all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, and of course, as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye!